Yep. It's Wednesday morning. It's hump day. We're live. It's hump day and we're live. Let's go. It's hump day and we're live. Let's see what PPI has to bring for us today. Good morning. Good morning. We're here. It's Wednesday. Let's see what the market has to deliver. PPI data should be popping out in about a minuto. Let me see if I put the chart on the screen so we can see the pop, because there usually is one. Something usually happens, even though the pop generally happens super fast, which I don't know how they know so quick. It's like the news will barely come out and the market will pop immediately. But let's see, this is the 5-minute chart. We can see here what actually happens when the data comes out in about a minute. The data will be out. Oh, there we go. See, it's barely 8:30. Like right at 8:30, that it pops up. The news ain't even been put out yet, and it pops up. But I'm also a fan. Hey Tanya, I'm also a believer that first pop be trying to just get you. Don't run in there on the first pop. You better let it give it a minute, let it see what it's gonna do, and then you check things out, right? Some people trade futures, so they're waiting for things like this to happen so they can ride it or however they do. I don't trade futures. I just trade stocks during the regular New York market. Okay. 9:30 to 4 o'clock is when that's enough exposure for me. Hey Janae, one of my students actually trades futures, and he was asking me about it yesterday. He actually walked up to my desk while I had Trading View on my phone. So Trading View is going on my phone, and I was teaching over here. So when he came to my desk, he saw that Trading View was up and running, and he said, "Oh, is that Trading View?" I was like, "Yeah," because at first I was kind of like, "Yeah," because the lesson was over, but that had been on my phone the whole time. But anyway, he said he was learning futures, and he started talking about fair value gaps. And I was like, oh, and so I was not going to get into a teaching lesson. I listened to what he had to say about fair value gaps, and I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. I figure I don't taught enough math right here, not getting ready to teach stock market right here. So um anyway, he was talking about how he trades futures, but he said he needed to concentrate on what he was doing. I said, if I learned futures, I'd have even more screen time, and I got enough screen time. So I'm leaving futures where it is for now. I'm not saying I won't someday in the future. In the future, y'all see what I did there? Might not someday in the future decide to trade futures, but today, I'm me and SPX. We doing all we need to do right now from 9:30 to 4. Okay, it's enough stress, enough of the enough's enough. Okay, at this point, let's just stick with this. But y'all see, the market is moving a little bit right now. 65.45 is where we are. We're good above 6,500. I believe we popped as high as. Ooh, looks like we went as high as the high 65.57, as high as 65.57. But we are at all-time highs. So that doesn't mean it can't go higher, just means we're in price discovery zone. So until you get something, some type of reversal pattern that lets you know it's coming back down, then it's just doing its thing. But just know, when you're up in this space, if you're trading underneath, you're taking a risk, because it could at any moment turn back. It's always good for us. We've been working on failed breakdowns, and when the price dips and then runs back up, we've been working on using those to our advantage, not necessarily chasing on the way up. But if we do chase on the way up, we got ways to lock in those profits too, because we ain't gonna miss no moves just because we waiting. There's other things we can do to make sure that we can get some of the profits. Yes, and yes. So good morning, everybody. I wanted to show what the market was going to do when it popped at 8:30. And I did that. So we'll come back to that chart soon enough. The VIX 1494, VIX below 15, VIX down, market up. That's generally how that works. VIX down, market up. Good morning, Mohammed. VIX down, market up. So the VIX is at 1494 right now. Trump floats 100% tariffs on China, India to squeeze Russia. President Trump has urged the EU to join the U.S. in imposing new tariffs to pressure Russia over Ukraine. S&P 500 NASDAQ head for more records as Oracle surges. Now, Oracle's earnings went off. Like, what is y'all doing over there that your earnings enough? But Oracle's earning, hopefully it'll hold for the people who played Oracle's earnings. Hopefully it'll hold enough for them to get their money. But y'all know, everybody who played it and it pops today, you can probably fade it back down and ride right on back down. Some of it, maybe it won't come all the way back down. I'm just speculating, but I'm saying generally when it pops like this, people get their money in the morning. People go and sell and get their money. So might be a fading opportunity from this gap up, because it's definitely going to be a gap up. We'll look at the chart. Interesting piece of information right here, though, in the middle of it. Trump can't fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook for now. No, bruh. You don't get to just do stuff all willy-nilly. We know you the president, but you don't just get to go around here handing out pink slips because you see fit. That's not how that goes. So at this point, it says he can't fire her, according to they. We'll see how it all plays out. I'm sure they're still in the middle of their litigations. And we'll see how it all plays out as time passes. But at this point, it says he can't fire her for now. Okay. 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 Let's see if anything else is good. Interesting here. Gold has had a golden 2025. Oh my goodness. Gold has been moving. It's been bullish all year. Might have a golden 2026 too. 30-year mortgage rate slide to 11-month low in the U.S. Mortgage rate. Like people getting mortgage, because the rates ain't no lower. It's the rate that people are getting mortgages that might be sliding. FinTech Klarna set for New York Stock Exchange debut. They're going to have an IPO. Oh, Klarna's coming to the IPO stage. Okay, Wall Street races to raise S&P 500 targets. Novo Nordisk to slash 9,000 jobs. As competition heats up. And Treasury investors ramp up bullish positions before the CPI data. Okay, so that's what we got off of Yahoo Finance. Close. Now let's see what CNBC has to say. They should have maybe updated. I don't know if it did. I might need to refresh it so I can see the latest news. But here we go with the data for the day, Wednesday. Core PPI at 8:30, PPI month over month. 10 o'clock, we got final wholesale inventories. Crude oil inventories at 10:30. Ding, ding, ding. Even though this says yellow folder, the 10-year bond auction is a thing. Okay, it says a yellow folder, but there's more to that than this. Question. Yesterday at the 10 o'clock time, we were supposed to get revised job numbers. Did that not happen? Yeah, sit down and be humble. Did that not happen? Because there was no news. There was no news about the jobs numbers being changed or released yesterday at 10 o'clock. I was teaching, but I didn't see anything that would let us know there was any movement associated. I did see the market falling and tumbling a bit, but I don't know if it was based on that or not. Y'all tell me something in the comments. Tell me something in the comments about that, okay? But that's PPI. Tomorrow we have CPI coming. Oh, let me refresh so I can see the numbers, because I said we had PPI, but I didn't see our numbers. Okay, so PPI, they were anticipating, previous was 0.7, forecasted was 0.3, and it's at negative 0.1. That said it's red, so that means somebody didn't feel like that was positive. This is the producer price index is what that means. Let's go read a little bit about it. Change in the price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. Why do we care? Usually they tell us why we care. They didn't tell us here. Source change series, calculation formula, food, They usually tell us why we care. They didn't put that there. Let me go to the next one. Maybe it'll tell us in the next one why we care. Oh, here we go. Why traders care. It's a leading indicator of consumer inflation. When producers charge more for goods and services, the higher costs are usually passed on to the consumer. All right. So negative 0.1 is where it is today. According to this negative 0.1 in the red means no bueno. Okay. Tomorrow we've got CPI coming. We'll see how the market absorbs this information this morning. Definitely just because you see a pop right now don't mean we're going to pop all day. Okay. Just so you know that. Don't mean, oh, I'm going in for calls. Don't. You better wait and see. Wait and watch. Okay. This is the stuff from today on investing.com. We've got PPI numbers. I showed you here. Year over year, 2.8. Year over year, 2.6. Month over month, negative 0.1. All right. 10 o'clock wholesale inventories. Crude oil inventory is a 3-star over here. All the oil stuff is there. That's at 10:30. 11 o'clock. Thomson Reuters IPSOS. Not sure what that is, but that's 11 o'clock. 10-year no auction happens at 1 o'clock. And the Atlanta Fed GDP now also happens at 1 o'clock. Okay, those are the things that are coming up today. I was going back to CNBC. Well, you could at least refresh yourself while there we go. Dow futures. Okay, all the futures are green now. They were red. You saw it just changed. S&P futures jump after encouraging inflation information. Encouraging? Okay. And Oracle stock surge. There we go with that. All the futures are green at this point. European shares rise ahead of the key U.S. inflation data. Zara owner Inditex jumped 6%. All of those are green. Looking at Asia. Asia's green across the board. Asia markets track Wall Street gains as Fed rate cut hopes rise. South Korea's Kospi hits record something. I'm not clicking it because I don't want to see the rest of it. And all of the crypto is green this morning. Bitcoin is 113,000, Ethereum 4368, Solana 223, Dogecoin 0.2425, and XRP 299. What's written down here? Okay, we're all kind of in shock. Oracle's revenue projections leave analysts slack-jawed because I'm sure everybody is looking like, what? Oracle soars 30% on cloud growth projections. Maybe there's the projection on that, even as earnings miss the estimates. This is how we talk about the market. Stuff can be, we missed it, but we got good plans for the future, and it pops 30%. Wholesale prices unexpectedly declined in August. Unexpectedly? Okay. Wholesale prices, maybe they thought wholesale prices would decline. Maybe that's what the negative 0.1% meant, that it went down 0.1%. As Fed rate decision looms, wholesale prices unexpectedly declined 0.1%. Okay, so the negative 0.1 is a decline of wholesale prices. That would be a good thing if wholesale prices go down. So they were anticipating that they would go up 0.3%, and they went down the negative 0.1%. Oh, that would be plus. Why would this not be green then? Because if that's the way you read it, then this is a good thing. I agree. They were expecting a 0.3% increase, but they ended up getting a 0.1% decrease. That would be good. That would be good news. If that's the way it's read, that would be good news. Okay, Trump blocked from firing Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook as the case plays out. Lord be on her side. All right. Jobs data revised Lisa Cook ruling, Klarna price and IPO. Stocks making the biggest move. Let's go to the top and see up here. We got Oracle. I wanted to see what the next one was. If you X this out, you don't see none of it, but I wanted to see what's the next announcement. But I know when I X that out, it's going to go away. Okay. So there's that. There's that. Let's go see earnings. We did see that Oracle. I'm going to go back to that chart here in a minute. Oracle had earnings yesterday after market close. GameStop. That's kind of all the people. This morning, Chewy, Daktronics, and 10 Limited. Tonight, after market closes, none of these people are anybody I recognize. I don't recognize Zenvia, Oxford, Lasaka, Cope, and Vince. And tomorrow morning, we got Kroger, Lovesac, CalVista, Hooker, and Vera Bradley. And then Adobe is tomorrow after close. All right. All righty. Let's go see what Adam had to say this morning. Oh, yeah, manipulation. Why are we going up? Wow. Today is International Makeup Day. Hey, Ward, welcome to the party. We did, the market went down in the AM. That was the dip. Yep. As soon as we got that dip in that reversal, we did play that. We did trade that. I don't like to say play it when you come to the stock market. We did trade that. When you dip and reverse, we know about that. And we know how to use that to our advantage, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay, so the S&P 500 did pop, like we said, but it is now pulling back a bit. It left a fair value gap, and now it's coming back to fill it. Coming back to fill. Let's go see now what Adam had to say, and then we'll come back to the charts in a minute, okay? We'll come back to the charts in a minute. Adam says, yesterday was textbook example of my core setup. Failed breakdown in SPX. I posted 64.82 reclaim, triggers up. Targets were 64.97, 65.04, 65.10, 65.23. Now we're at plus 50 points. Plan today. Hold your runner. Wait for the next deep sale. 65.34 resistance. 65.34 is resistance. We're a little above that right now. I'm sure he's put out another tweet. I'll go look for it. 65.46, 65.58 to 61 is next up. 65.24 is support. Dip if we get below 65.10. If we get below 65.10, there's a dip. The gap between SPX and ES is 8 points. So if you're looking at Adam's numbers, subtract 8 points from there. And if you're trading XSP, your range is from 650 to 656. That's your range there if you're trading XSP. Okay? Okay. Let's go back to the charts. Oh, did I want to hit this? I think so. Let me hit this first and then I'll go to the charts. A few of these closed yesterday. Mine, I had Amazon. It closed yesterday. I have Microsoft, which is weird. Microsoft is like at 490 something, and the trade still like it won't. The premiums won't draw down. There must be high IV in there, so it's out of the money, nicely out of the money, but it's still holding on. It's not ready to close just yet. Do I have Walmart? I don't think I have Walmart. I just have Amazon, Microsoft. My SPY closed yesterday. IWM, I believe, will close today. Okay, that's what we have. But there's your list for the week, right? And if you have Peakbot, you can always go to Peakbot and the watch list. You can go and see what's on the watch list every day, all day long. Peakbot has a watch list where you can go at any time and you can see what is on the watch list all day long. So anytime you decide, let me go see if I can, find me something to get in on, you decide you want to get in on something, you can definitely go and find something. When you're subscribed to Peakbot, you have access to the watch list. The watch list at Peakbot includes the risk, includes the trend, and includes strikes. The watch list gives you strikes even. So if you are not comfortable with picking your own strikes, the Peakbot watch list will do that for you too. It'll tell you the strikes, and you can just use those. All right, they got a whole algorithm that'll tell you the strikes, and you can just go with theirs. And no reason for you to reinvent the wheel. Go with what they already did. I'm gonna show you on the stage. Show you on the. Oh, gotta take this one off, and then I'll show you. Okay. There's so many ways to use. There's so many ways to use Peakbot. You can use it for automation. Yeah, you can be automated with it. So let them automate and run your trades each week. That's on credit spreads, on the wheel, or on SPX. If you wanted to trade SPX every day, they've got a couple of bots that trade SPX every day. Okay, you could do that. Or you could just use the watch list. See here at the top, we've got, if we were looking at NVIDIA, let's say, if you were looking at NVIDIA, I'm right here in the middle of the screen. Let's say you were looking at NVIDIA, right? And you were saying, I want to trade some NVIDIA for this Friday, because they give you the expiration date, 9/12, which is this Friday. Over here, I'm over here, and I don't know if y'all can see my mouse moving. NVIDIA, they tell you that it's bullish, moderate risk, Expected value 0.20%. They've got some other things, potential of profit, return on investment, and the buffer zone from the strikes. This is all good. I look for 2 or 3 greens, at least 3 greens, and I want this to be above a negative 1%. And then it tells you how much money your budget is going to be. $250 on the spread. You're going to collect about $28. They tell you this is what your premium collection is, right? And then here it tells you the strikes. 165 for the sell leg and 162.5 for the buy leg. So even if you don't want it to automate for you, or you don't have a broker that can automate it, you can use this right here. You can use Peakbot's watch list any day, every day, and you can set your own strikes. You can pick your own trade and enter them for yourself. People like trading NVIDIA, Chevron, Snowflake, Amazon, all of them are here. Then it tells you, if the risk gets a little bit higher, if you don't want higher risk, you can go to, stick with the ones. I stick with the ones that are less than negative 1%. It's got to be green. If it's red, I want it to be less than negative 1%. Right. So there's all of those. And then if you want to now, let's say you're risky. I like the high risk stuff, because high risk stuff usually pays a little better premiums. You were looking for a Tesla trade, is right here. The Tesla trade is right here. It's showing high risk, but it's still everything you want is right here. 335, 332.5, collect $38 for Friday. Listen, Robinhood, you want to trade Oracle. At this point, Oracle was bullish, no shock there. Palantir is down here in the very high, and so is Marvel. But yeah, you can use Peakbot's watch list. You don't have to use it just for automation. You can use the watch list. It gives you all the strikes that you need. You got iron condors. If you decide I want to do iron condors on my own, this is 1 DTE. So yes, 1 DTE. Yeah, 1 DTE. You get in, they give you these for expiration tomorrow. So you get in these for 1 DTE, and they've got all the indices here. If you decide, I think I want to trade something overnight, here you go. It gives you an iron condor. You don't have to trade both sides if you don't want, but you have it here to trade if you like. The strikes are provided, and they've got an algorithm that tells you, they're using a certain delta to provide the strikes. And this updates every 5 minutes. This list updates every 5 minutes. I actually have forgotten about this one here for the 1 DTEs. And then you got the vertical wheel if you just want to trade the wheel strategy. All those are here in the watch list. Okay, all those are here on the watch list. That's my Peakbot. If you want to join Peakbot, I put the link there in the chat. Peakbot is, I'm an influencer for them, just to be fully transparent. But I use Peakbot. I'm not influencing and not using. I use Peakbot. They trade for me. I tell y'all that they trade for me during the week. I let them automate my credit spreads because it's easier for me. Once they enter it, I can decide how I'm going to exit or whatever. But you can go there and you get a little discount when you sign up. If you could use my code, you can get a discount when you sign up. All right. Let's go to the charts. That's where I was supposed to be going. And I got sidetracked on the Peakbot information. Yes, because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of, because most automated things ain't checking for the sellers. They're looking for us buyers. They're looking, well, not us buyers, because I'm not a buyer. They're looking for the buyers. I'm a seller. All right. So I want somebody who's looking out for the sellers. Looking out for the sellers. Okay. Let's see what the SPX actually do yesterday. Let me close up some of these indicators so we don't have a bunch of stuff to look at. Not a bunch of stuff. Okay, there we go. I'm going to look at it on the 30-minute chart. So that way. Ooh, doggy. Y'all see this yesterday? SPX. Come back here. Where you going? E2T crew. Y'all, when we look back at this chart, we see what we need to see, huh? See what we need to see. We pull back a little bit. This wasn't quite a failed 2, but it's definitely a failed breakdown. That wasn't exactly a failed 2. This right here wasn't exactly a failed 2, but it was, come on, it don't want to do right. That candle there. I probably should have just grabbed a circle or an oval or something. That look a mess, but this is a candle I'm talking about. This candle wasn't a failed two, but it definitely was a failed breakdown where the price came all the way down and recovered and went on from there. That's what we want to look at, is our failed breakdowns. That's what Adam's talking about. When he's talking about failed breakdown, this is what he's talking about. When price drops and then recovers nicely, drops and then goes on. Now this is nice little support. You could tell this was support at 64.93 because none of these could really stay below it, and then it used this as a bounce. 212. Once this cleared the top of this one candle, it was all bets off, and off we went. Off we went. So that's how we looking at it. Nope, I don't want that. That's how we looking at it day to day. We checking it out and making it do what it do. That's what we do. We make it do what it do, right? Make it do what it do. This is SPY. SPY closed yesterday at 650 and some change. It is currently at 653. 653 and some change, okay? That's pop. Oracle has popped it, and this news. So market looks like it wants to push, and it's doing just that in the pre-market, right? Same thing with Triple Q. Triple Q closed at 580. It's currently at 583. That's almost like SPY. IWM. Ooh, IWM. Oh, Oracle must be in IWM. Or IWM closed at 236 yesterday. It's currently at 237.71. Currently at 237.71. It hit a nice little support at 235 and bounced right on off of that and went on by its good business. That's this morning. This is the pop from PPI data. That's that. So that's where we are on all those. What we do every day, we trade what we see. Yes, we trade what we see. Let's look at the hourly chart, see if anything interesting happened on this hourly chart. And did. Okay. SPY. 312. Once that made a move. Wow. I love my strat patterns. I'm leaning more and more into strat. That's why y'all see these numbers, because these strat patterns, it give you clear entries and they give you clear exits, by the way. The strat is something that we will teach in I will teach in E2T University. The strat is something that will be taught in E2T University because it is very visual and very simple, and with some simple patterns, reversal patterns, easy to see. Continuation patterns, easy to see. And because most people are visual, we need visual types of strategies and things to use that are going to help us. I can look right at this and go straight in here and say this 3, 1, 2, this 3, 1. First of all, this is an inside candle, and once this one candle breaks to the upside or the downside, that's an entry going, whether you're doing buying or selling. This is what I like about the strat too. It can go for either way. So when this one candle broke to the upside, this let you know we're going up. This is what SPY did yesterday. SPX, same thing, because they work together. Okay, we're gonna run the strat inside of E2T University, and we're gonna be starting that up on September 22nd. Yes, there's many breakdowns yesterday. Yes, and we just trade. We look for them and trade them up. Look for them and trade them up. I was just mentioning E2T University. The technical analysis piece of E2T University is going to be, it's going to be whoa. It's going to be monumental. We're talking gamma. We're talking fair value gaps. We're talking VWAP. We're talking using the strat. We're talking candle patterns. We're going to lay a really good foundation, so that way you can build any strategy on top of a foundation. It's easy to learn a strategy, but if you can't learn how to analyze, if you can't analyze your charts and you can't analyze what's happening inside that chart, it don't matter what strategy you got. All right. But we're going to work on moving averages. Whoa, I'm getting myself excited thinking about all the good stuff that we going to be learning. Yes. Yes. Mm, mm, mm. Yes. I just got myself all worked up again. Because A2T University, just so you know, the people going to be learning, but it's work on the worker. It's work on the teacher. It's work on the teacher. I'm telling you. So sometimes the work be like, "Who is going to be a lot of work to do this?" But I'm excited about just empowering traders to be able to confidently trade. I want to empower you to confidently be able to trade, because I know for me, when I first started working with my mentor, I had all the strategies down. I could do all the things, but my confidence wasn't where it needed to be. And my mentor identified that and started to speak into, how do you get more confident? He calls me AP. How you get more confident, AP? And once I got my confidence up, my trading changed. My trading changed when I was more confident in what I was seeing, confident in what I was doing. And I've seen it happen with the people in my membership too. Got a few names on here that when they got more confident in seeing and picking and trusting their own analysis and trusting what they're seeing, their trading changed. They started making more profits because it wasn't just me. They was confident in their own decision making. That's what I want. I want to independently empower traders to be confident in what they're doing. So E2T University is open and ready for business, open for enrollment. We're starting on September 22nd. It's a Monday. We're going to start that evening, educational, academic setting. We're going to make it all do what it do. Hey, Delisha, we're going to make it do what it do for 12 weeks. If you're not confident about charting, about analyzing your stocks, about what do you see when people say, oh, it's going to reverse right here, and you're looking at the chart like, how do they know? It's getting ready to pick up here, and you like looking at the chart going, how do they know it's getting ready to turn around? If you're not able to do that, you need E2T University, because you need to be able to see for yourself, what is this chart saying? What are these candles saying? What is this doing? Should I enter here? Should I wait? Should I give it a minute? Should I exit here? Because many times we don't have a problem entering. It's usually exiting that gives us the trouble. Should I leave? Should I stay? I don't want to leave it too soon and then it turned back the way I want it to go. I don't want to stay too long and then I've missed my exit window. Those are the kind of things you need to be learning. The strategies can come. We going to get those too, by the way. But I'm saying the strategies come after you've gotten some good foundation. On a firm foundation. Yeah, we got to have a firm foundation. All right. I believe I covered what I wanted to say. The E2T Traders Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. Yes, yes. Even though I'm teaching during the day, I'm still a focused trader, because I will keep my phone open to the trading view. Okay. Okay. And my Discord open to the Magic 8 Ball. I will, because I'm seeing my gamma charts. I'm going to see my gamma charts through the day. Where we going? Where we going? Where are we going? I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account's growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen. All right. So we do see that there is yet room. Nope, I didn't want that. There is yet room in the end. All right. You can join E2T University or the option sellers membership, because every day the option sellers is trading together at educator2trader.com. Make sure I got the link right. Yes. Trading every day, SPX and XSP. We're doing that on a daily basis. E2T University is for those who need the foundation. And when you finish your 12 weeks with E2T University, you're going to be ready. If you commit to it, you're going to be ready to trade with us on a daily basis. If you commit to it, you're going to be ready. Janae said we're going to the next level. Yes, amen. Speak it. Speak it. Absolutely. All righty, everybody. It's about 9 o'clock, a little bit after 9. I want you to do 3 things in the market today. I want you to stay green. I want you to get this money. Be encouraged that there's nothing happening here that can take you out. All right. Any money that you make or lose, it's currency. It flows. Currency flows. All right. Stay green. Get this money and have a great, great green day. All right. I'll see you in the market. Goodbye, everyone.